Hey, it's the Abstractionist. I'm here from the fair. Just gonna do a quick wrap up why I put these in the bin. So I did like one tarot reading, and that was it. Like I had art there, I didn't sell that, and I only did one reading. So that was kind of sad, but it's also raining today, so we may have had more people had it not rained. So yeah, when I left the building, it was raining. It wasn't raining hard or anything like that, but it was just enough that will be discouraging for people who may want to go out and blah blah blah. So there's that. Wrap up from this event. So I basically enjoy reading regardless of like if it's a slow night or whatnot. I like getting out of the house and like doing it. I do find that like in person people are still like very weird about tarot readers, even though it's a thing. But I think there was somebody who I watched um, on YouTube, and they were mentioning that like tarot was gonna go like really into fashion. It really kind of blew up 2016 to 2018 ish, and then like really took off 2019, and then like it'll have a period where it like goes back underground, right? Like it'll be like the old lady in the house, you drive by that like house that says psychics or something like that, that building that says psychics, and like you've never seen nobody in there, um and then you just like, what's going on? So I don't know, like if we're entering that phase. I do think spirituality is going to be more like out in the open, but I do kind of sense there might be a little phase with it happening. But anyway, I think that like reading in person and then like setting up your shit is kind of really funny because people like they walk by and it'd be like so scared, like so scared. I don't know, like I guess the public's perception of tarot reading still hasn't like changed that much, even though I'm just kind of like it's kind of weird, but it was cool to be there. So like that had a nice big table, so I had my art and I had my art and I had the tarot side set up. I really want to make a tarot space on my table that looks tarot-y. And I feel like every time I do these events, I never have those like things. And I need to like invest in that. I finally made like a what is it, like a flyer type thing to put on the table so people would know, instead of like these homemade type things that I do that can kind of confuse people. And yeah, like I feel like I'm gonna get this start getting the decks. I kind of feel like it's just like a weird thing, that I don't know, people. It's a weird thing to be reading still in person, even as we grow in acceptance of tarot. It's like a weird kind of phase, and I was totally wrong about the Phantasmagoric, but Woodland Wardens was the singular deck that I used. I like Woodland Wardens. It's good energy. But yeah, working the market, people are still kind of like weirded out about readers and stuff like that. You gotta pay that no mind. You gotta just do your shit and like go. But yeah, I enjoy reading out and about, getting the energy. And what I'm gonna do is, this is gonna be another like tarot kind of thing. I'm going to make a calendar of all of the tarot events specifically that I want to go to, because there's a website on there's a website that has like psychic kind of fairs. It's more holistic, but like tarot readers and stuff, like tarot readers, psychics and stuff like that are like welcome. And so 2024, I want to check out all the dates for that, because I really do want to take this on the road and do things. It also got me thinking about like like ways in which I can just do what I like to do, and then also like branch out and spread out my energy and meet with new people and stuff like that, because I do want to read, not necessarily full time, but I would like to start taking actual clients, like booking online and stuff like that. And those kind of events kind of lend yourself to that. Another thing that was like very interesting was that I had a sign that said tarot and art, right? And I had it on like a little chalkboard type thing. Right, very homemade, if I say. And the funny thing is that like people, I had decks, like, you know, like and this is at another fair, another market, not this one that I went to, but I went there and I had decks like this and like this and stuff like that, and people were asking me like, oh, did you create the art, did you make the art? And I was like, no, like I'm reading, but these are decks that I have in my collection that I read with. And it got me thinking, like, if these people who are coming by and walking by and like booking readings and stuff like that, they think that I like have designed decks, why don't I just design a deck? So you guys saw that I had an oracle deck that I made for a class, and I just put that as Tarot Moss Days 1 through 3. So if you want to check those out, I'll link stuff, but just look at Tarot Moss Days 1 through 3. That was me making the oracle decks. But I was like, why don't I make a tarot like deck? And so 2024, I might make a tarot deck. It may be majors only. And I have to like think about that, but it's going to be basically my art style. So if you saw the short that I did today, or the short that I did of me at the market, there's a video on this channel. You can kind of get my art style, and you can kind of get where I'm going with it when it comes to like making the tarot and stuff like that. So I may actually in 2024, it's kind of feeling like it, gonna develop some sort of deck to have. Another thing that I'm interested in is, with my art style changing a little bit, is working with like clay to create like little talismans, air dry clay, make little talismans and things like that to sell. So I will kind of like pop in with that a little bit too. I also have an art tarot channel, YouTube channel, so it might go there as well. But I'm really interested in that because I can make little pieces of art that have like spiritual meanings to me as well, in addition to like just kind of artistic pursuits. One of the coolest things of my childhood when I had SAT prep was, it was at a church. And I mean, I was Christian then, I'm not now, I'm an animist. But it was cool because at the end of the SAT prep camp that I spent like every summer in high school going to, no real summer, we got to walk the labyrinth. Like the people from the church would come and be like, hey, welcome to our church, and stuff like that, and just like introduce themselves. And then we would go outside and there's a labyrinth and we would walk the labyrinth. And I always thought that it was so cool, and I kind of anticipated it every year. And my love of like labyrinths and that kind of symbolism, iconography, really has stuck with me throughout my childhood and adulthood. So one of the things that I am looking to develop is something like that, something a tangible representation of a labyrinth and different ones. So I'll start researching that. And then there's a YouTube video I just watched called Walking the Labyrinth. It's like an ASMR video. I just skipped through like all the other stuff she was talking about. She was talking about the Wheel of the Year, and I was like, I don't do that. I want to just watch the Walk of the Labyrinth. And so she like used it's like a stone. It's a specific name she used. I think it's some sort of stone mineral that she used, and she like walked the labyrinth with that and traced the outline of the labyrinth and kind of did that. And so these are like things that kind of has started to come up through reading my tarot and kind of getting my art kind of out there. I'll be making prints and developing that, but it was really surprising to have people kind of be like, are you gonna make, are these your decks, is this your work? And because I considered making something in the future, but it seems like that suggestion is like there and very prominent, so I guess I'll go ahead and start making decks. Like, why not? 2024 is gonna be, I guess, a great year, so I will update you guys on that. Other than the details about the market and stuff like that, I will try and see if there's one more event that I'm going to do, if I can get into it. If not, then 2023 is a wrap as far as like the festivals and markets go and my vending goes, but then I'll have other things going on. I am making like my final, like I already made it, but my flyer for like bookings and stuff like that, and the prices and readings that I'm going to offer and things like that. I will be going for, I think, with a reading specific channel, because the topics I want to talk about with the readings don't suit this. I want this to be the academic side and that to be like the reading side. And if you want to look on both, cool. If you want to do one or the other, follow my instruction. But if you want to do both or one or the other, then that'll be fine. But I do think I want to do that. I just have to kind of like transition people into how I read, which is by planet and not by zodiac. So that's kind of a thing. But I already have my like themes and colors and stuff like that. And like a name is basically really on par with what this is. So that is the wrap up. All of my thoughts about that, as well as thoughts and opinions and suggestions that I hadn't even considered. So thanks for watching Tarot Moss Day 8. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.